Welcome back to my inner circle, the spot where we sip the hottest tea, decode the mysteries of celebrity life, and go way deeper than the headlines. If you're new here, please subscribe and like, because you're about to step into a world where nothing is as simple as it looks. Today, we're diving into the bachelor party that has everybody talking, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail. Benny Blanco, yes, that Benny, the hit-making producer with a resume full of chart toppers, just threw what might go down as the most extravagant bachelor party in recent memory. Imagine Las Vegas at its peak, energy buzzing through the strip, money flowing like water, and an entourage of 20 guys living their best lives. Now, multiply that by 10, and you're just scratching the surface of what went down. And yet, the party is only half the story. What people are still whispering about weeks later isn't just the glitz, but the scandal, the misunderstandings, and the fascinating way social media twists reality into something it's not. Let's break it down. Picture this, 65 stories above the neon-lit chaos of Las Vegas, Benny and his crew were living large in a 5,500 square foot villa at Resorts World. The price tag? A jaw-dropping $25,000 per night. For perspective, that's more than the average American makes in an entire year. And yet, for Benny, it was the obvious choice. But this wasn't just a suite. We're talking floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city, velvet everything, and a dining room where every chair looked like it belonged in a royal palace. Oh, and did I mention the personal butler? Not hotel staff, not concierge, a full-time butler on call 24/7, ready to cater to every whim. Need champagne at 4 a.m.? Done. Midnight massages? Easy. Extra ice for the champagne that just arrived? Already handled. When you're preparing to marry one of the most famous women in the world, apparently, room service just doesn't cut it. The real chaos came on Saturday night, when Benny and his entourage descended on XS Nightclub at the Wynn. Headlining that evening was none other than Marshmello, the DJ superstar known for his thumping beats and signature marshmallow helmet. The vibe? Electric. Imagine a crowd of hundreds packed shoulder to shoulder, lights pulsing with every beat drop, and energy so high it felt like the whole building could lift off the ground. Now add Benny's squad rolling deep to their private VIP table, the perfect vantage point for the madness. The crew had premium bottle service flowing all night, and yes, Lil Dicky himself was part of the celebration, cracking jokes and making the night even more unforgettable. The highlight came when Benny actually stepped into the DJ booth to snap photos with Marshmello, overlooking the wild sea of people below. That's the kind of memory you don't just remember, you feel it for the rest of your life. But let's pause here for the part that had the internet foaming at the mouth, the blueberries. Yes, those blueberries. If you missed the drama, here's a recap. Social media exploded when photos surfaced of Benny eating blueberries that were supposedly $200 a box. Outrage ensued. Out of touch, people cried. Wasteful, others screamed. Memes circulated faster than wildfire, mocking the idea of luxury fruit while millions struggled to pay rent. But here's the kicker, the blueberries weren't even purchased by Benny. They were a gift. That tiny detail got lost in the noise, and the internet went on a rampage without the full story. Sound familiar? This is exactly how celebrity culture works. People are quick to judge without context, turning a small detail into a full-blown controversy. Meanwhile, the truth was far less scandalous. And let's be real for a second. Benny is a multimillionaire. Selena Gomez, his fiancée, is worth hundreds of millions herself. If they wanted to buy $200 blueberries every day for the rest of their lives, it wouldn't even make a dent. So why the outrage? Because we, the public, have a love-hate relationship with celebrity wealth. We want stars to be relatable, yet we live vicariously through their luxuries. It's a contradiction we never admit out loud but can't stop feeding into. Now, let's talk about another scandal people won't shut up about, the fact that Benny and Selena celebrated separately. Some fans clutched their pearls, horrified that Benny would dare to go off to Vegas without Selena. They flooded comment sections with dramatic takes about trust issues and red flags. But here's the truth, separate bachelor and bachelorette parties are normal. Selena had her own girls' getaway in Cabo, spa treatments, beach days, laughs with her closest friends. Nobody had a problem with that. So why the double standard? It's rooted in outdated gender expectations. Society still tends to scrutinize men's celebrations more harshly, assuming debauchery, while women's parties get a pass. But Benny and Selena are secure in their relationship. They know trust is built on freedom and independence, not constant surveillance. If you can't trust your partner to go to Vegas for a weekend, maybe you shouldn't be walking down the aisle in the first place. Here's something the public rarely acknowledges: Benny didn't grow up rich. He wasn't born into Hollywood privilege. He built his career from the ground up, grinding behind the scenes as a producer before eventually becoming one of the most in-demand names in music. That kind of background changes you. It makes you appreciate the luxuries more. When Benny splurges on a villa or accepts $200 blueberries, it isn't about waste, it's about enjoying the rewards of years of hard work. And who's to say he doesn't balance that with generosity? Many celebrities quietly donate massive sums to charity, preferring to keep their philanthropy private. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. What fascinates me most about this entire saga is what it says about us. Why are people so quick to judge celebrities for choices they'd make themselves if given the chance? Let's be honest, if someone handed you millions tomorrow, you'd splurge too. Maybe not on blueberries, but on something. A designer bag. A luxury car. A once-in-a-lifetime vacation. But when celebs do it, we treat it as though it's offensive. It's envy disguised as moral outrage. We want them to be both accessible and aspirational at the same time, for an impossible standard. Benny's bachelor party wasn't scandalous. It was normal for someone of his status. The only reason people care is because it was public, and when something's public, people feel entitled to an opinion. What cuts through all the drama, though, is Benny and Selena's relationship. From the beginning, their bond has been refreshingly genuine. No manufactured drama, no fake publicity stunts. Just two people taking their time, building something real. The bachelor party controversy? It'll fade in weeks. But their marriage will outlast it, because it's rooted in something deeper than social media approval. They understand balance, being together while also keeping individuality intact. That's why they can laugh off the noise and focus on what matters: love, trust, and the life they're building together. At the end of the day, Benny Blanco's Vegas extravaganza will be remembered as a wild, joy-filled weekend with friends. The kind of story you retell at dinner parties years later, each time making it a little bigger and better. Yes, it was expensive. Yes, it was over the top. But that's the point. It's not supposed to be relatable, it's supposed to be memorable. And maybe that's why we're so obsessed. These stories let us peek into a world we'll never live in, a fantasy where villas, VIP booths, and celebrity cameos are just another weekend. But peel back the layers of scandal and spectacle, and you'll see something much more relatable: a man about to marry the love of his life, surrounded by his closest friends, celebrating a new chapter. Strip away the glitz, and it's not that different from any other bachelor party, just with a lot more zeros on the price tag. So here's the real takeaway: the blueberries weren't the scandal. The bachelor party wasn't the scandal. The scandal is how quick we are to twist normal celebrations into moral debates. Benny and Selena don't owe us explanations. They're writing their own love story, and they're doing it on their terms. And honestly, that's the real flex. So the next time you see headlines about $200 fruit or $1 million parties, remember, the tea is rarely as simple or as scandalous as it first seems. And something tells me this is just the beginning. Their wedding? Oh, you know it's going to make headlines for weeks. And you better believe we'll be here, front row, with every detail. Stay tuned, because this inner circle never sleeps.